Welcome to Pro Webcast News, where we bring you daily industry updates. Today is Thursday, July 23rd, and you're watching the Afternoon Update with Paul Wilson. Today's news is sponsored by Covenant Reliance Producers. We build success stories. For more information, please visit www.crproducers.com. Now for today's headlines. Previously owned homes were sold at a better than expected pace in June, marking the third consecutive month of gains, according to an industry survey by the National Association of Realtors, or NAR. Overall, sales rose 3.6% to an annual rate of 4.89 million units, after numbers were downwardly revised to a pace of 4.72 million in May. The rise marked the first time the industry has seen three consecutive monthly gains since early in 2004, the NAR said. According to NAR chief economist Laurent Yoon, quote, "Overall, the news is positive. We have increasing home sales for the third straight month, declining inventory, and although prices fell, they declined at a less steep pace. The housing market is healing after 4 years of recession." Unquote. In economic news, state budgets continue to worsen, with gaps increasing steadily just 3 weeks into the new fiscal year. While closing out fiscal 2009, legislators and governors dealt with deficits totaling $142.6 billion. The fiscal year ended June 30th for 46 states, according to the National Conference of State Legislatures, with 3 states yet to pass balanced budgets for the next fiscal year. State legislators are meeting this week in Philadelphia to discuss shared problems and look for potential solutions. Already, at least 12 states and the District of Columbia face gaps totaling $23 billion in budgets adopted for the new year, according to the Center for Budget Policy and Priorities. Earlier this week, California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger and state lawmakers reached a compromise to close a $26 billion budget gap. The agreement will be voted on by the state legislature today and calls for reducing spending by $15.5 billion, including cuts to education, social services and corrections, and borrowing $2 billion from local government, among other creative measures. In employment news, the number of Americans filing for initial unemployment increased last week, partially fueled by sustained unpredictability in the auto sector. Overall, 554,000 initial jobless claims were filed during the week ended July 18th, an increase of 30,000 from an upwardly revised 524,000 the week before, according to the Labor Department. Meanwhile, the 4-week moving average of initial claims was 566,000, down 19,000 from the previous week's total. The numbers come after last week's warning by the Labor Department that government statisticians attempt to predict the timing of auto industry layoffs, which normally occur during the first half of July. This year, however, many layoffs in the industry occurred earlier, meaning seasonally adjusted claims had decreased drastically but are now reversing. Finally, analysts anticipate another significant jump in initial claims next week, followed by several weeks of stabilization. I'm Paul Wilson, and thanks for watching Pro Webcast News. For more in-depth news and features, visit producersweb.com.